Hey folks, welcome back. Thanks again for joining us. We have a lot to get to today, so we're just going to get to it. Check these out, get in the comments, let me know what you think, and we'll talk to you throughout the video and again on the other side. All right, here we go. All right, number one here. This is a helicopter, and I recorded this myself last week. There it is there on the left, and then it swoops down and then swoops back up. Yeah, and then also this little thing pops in down there, which is interesting, but yeah, I don't know how much to say about this. I want to point this out here. This is the one frame I see. My eye picks that frame up more than any other for some reason in real speed, like here. And I don't know why that is. I just thought I'd point that out. But yeah, I don't know what this thing is. You look at it closely. I mean, it doesn't look like anything prosaic to me. I mean, it just looks like something different. I don't know, and it performs like something different too. And this thing popped up right after, from the top here. It just comes up and then goes straight down. So I thought I'd include this too. Obviously, same helicopters. Like 2 seconds later in the footage, super fast and super curious. But yeah, so I don't know what these things are, but they're always, and they're constant, they're everywhere, and they outperform anything we put in the sky, that's for sure. So yeah, interesting stuff. All right, here we go, number two. This one is a Chinook, again, right outside my house here in LA, and this thing just zips right under it. Yeah, and this is slowed. You can tell by the rotor speed how slow this is. And this thing still is like a super quick blink. Again, this is still slowed here even. Yeah, and this is what it looks like in real speed. This is the one spot where it pops up, and in real speed you can't see it. At least I can't. I cannot see it in real speed, but you slow down the footage and then you know it's there. So yeah, it's really fascinating, whatever these things are. Like I just mentioned, they outperform whatever we put in the sky, and this is a good example of it. Here it's dark, you can see it there, barely, but you can see it, and then it's light right there in the one kind of seminal frame, and then it's back to dark again as it passes underneath or below this Chinook. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I'm perplexed by these things. So, all right. Moving on to number three here. This is either in Israel or Iran or somewhere in between, but this is an Iranian drone. This is from Chip in Florida. Thanks, Chip, for sharing this. And Jack from Cosmic Road featured this last week, but I already kind of had it in the pike, so I just kept it in here. But yeah, these things are obviously all over the place, including in the Middle East and in conflict zones, as we'll see later on toward the end of this presentation. But they perform the same way, they present the same way, they're just all over the planet, it seems like. All right, number four here. This is from downtown LA. I was at Union Station waiting for the train, saw an LAPD helicopter, decided to record it, and this happened. Here it is, real speed, and then we pause it, you're gonna see it right there. And in real speed it's tough to see, especially at distance. But we'll get in a little closer here and retain the real speed, and you can kind of see it. But yeah, I don't know what these things are, but this is what they do. Whatever this is one of their moves. Yeah, so they buzz LAPD, they buzz the fire, they buzz sheriff's department, they buzz everything. Again, above my house, this plane I think was en route to Burbank Airport. Yeah, and this thing just zips by. There it is down there. And then a nanosecond later it's there, and then you can see it again up here. And I'm just showing you that because in real speed, which is this, you can't, at least I can't. I cannot see it. But if you slow it down and know what to look for, you can find these things, and this is happening. Whatever this is, it's happening constantly. And again, from a performance perspective, it's not something our brains are even geared to see. It's so fast. All right, number six here. Another Chinook, actually the same Chinook. It went and did a loop around and came back around, and I heard it and felt it coming, so I decided to record it again, and it literally went over my house. That's why I'm kind of under the helicopter here. But this is real speed. You see the one there on the left, and then there's the other one on the right. Yeah. It's fascinating. They're so fast. But I'm going to show you something else really quick before we move on to the next one with this. And your eye might have caught this, I don't know. But if you look down here, you'll see this one going from like 7 to 2. And then over here, you see this one down here like at 4 o'clock, and it goes up to like 11. Super fast. And then the other two. So yeah. All right, keep it moving. Number 7 here. Again, this is one I recorded, and this thing just floats along, and then I pause it here because that's like the brightest frame in the whole segment. But yeah, it comes off the tail of this thing, and then just sort of floats up, and then you can see it again up there. And I don't know what it is, but it's something. And again, you know, at real speed, I mean, even zoomed in, it's tough to see. So this is another instance of, you know, it's an example of this. These things are just happening all around us, seemingly all the time. And we just aren't geared speed-wise to see these things. Our perception is not geared to see this stuff, I feel like. And these cameras and are just tools that are allowing us to slow down the environment around us and allowing us to see these things. Wow. All right. So this is one I saw on YouTube, and I don't know. It's tough to see, but it's there and it happens. You see it down there, and it's a couple more frames. So I just use the arrow to kind of show you where to look. And you know, I don't know if this thing zips underneath the plane or if it's in space and the plane's passing it. It's just so hard to tell with these things. My sense is that it's just moving really fast and goes underneath the plane. Yeah, and this is the spot I see it in real speed. That's the one frame that catches my eye. And here it is, you know, a couple more times in real speed. Yeah, like I said, it's tough to see. I get it. But, you know, you slow things down, you adjust the contrast sometimes like I did here, and all of a sudden things start to show up. And this is a good example of it. Yeah. All right, number 9 here. This one is not one of mine. This is another one I saw on YouTube, and you see this thing right there below the rotor but above the helicopter, and then it just floats down in front of the helicopter. You can see it there. Again, and I'm starting up top so you can see it didn't come out of the helicopter. It starts out above it. And then you see down here, you know, it comes out again and goes by the sun, and then you see it there. And once we back up, you can see it flutters around for a second, goes down, and then it comes back up over here, and then it goes down again. And, you know, if it weren't backlit by the sun, we probably wouldn't see any of this. This just happened to be visible because of the position of the sun in juxtaposition with the helicopter. But yeah, this thing's up there, and it starts from above the helicopter and comes down from below. I don't know, it's interesting. I don't know what it is, but it's a recurrent instance, let's say that. All right, so we're gonna wind down here with number 10. This is the most dynamic of the captures in my opinion, and also the most intense scenario. So I'm just gonna leave it at that and let you take this in on your own. So here's number 10. We're gonna end with this, and then we'll do a quick recap, and then we'll get out of here. All right. This is slowed down so you can kind of see it. It's not really fast, but I slowed it just so you can see. It seems like an orb, and then it seems to sprout a tether of some sort there, which is not uncommon and something we see often. this odd sort of tether, and I think that's one of the reasons people tend to describe these things as jellyfish from time to time. But yeah, and here with audio is the scenario which led to this thing being captured. So I'm not going to replay that again. You can always rewind it and watch it as many times as you need to. But like I said, it's an interesting capture in a very intense scenario. This was in Gaza in the first week of July 2025, and I cropped the video out of respect for the people in the footage, the Palestinians, a large number of which were children. We see these things in war zones and conflict zones quite a bit, and I even hesitate to call it a war zone. I think that's a killing field. In any event, I don't know what this is. It doesn't look like a drone. It doesn't look like a balloon, and it behaves differently. And I saw it and thought I would share it with you all. All right, so we started out first with this one coming down from the left and dipping back up to the right, and then this thing came from above a few seconds later. And then number two was the Chinook with this thing that you couldn't even really see in real time, but it was there. Yeah, and then number three is the Iranian drone that seems to get buzzed by this thing. And then number four was the LAPD helicopter in downtown LA, again from the first week of July 2025. And then also in LA, I took this with this thing zipping by this commercial flight. Another Chinook with all kinds of activity around it here in number six. Yeah, number seven, this weird white orb coming off the tail and seemingly going up in the sky. And then there's a YouTube clip of this, another white orb seems to buzz this plane from underneath. And then we had this interesting thing with this helicopter backlit by the sun, fortunately. And then we had a missile in Gaza. All right, folks, there you have it. Get in the comments, let me know what you think, and look forward to your feedback. See you on the next one.